Guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to the channel. So I've got it's that time of the month where I'm going to be doing pickups and all that sort of stuff, just to sort of talk through October, what I've been doing, what I've been up to, what I've been playing, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'll set this down, and I think that'll probably be okay like that. And basically, I've really been enjoying a lot of variety in the videos that I've been watching. Steve, Retro Red Steve, that is, has been doing some videos. And when he does his videos for pickups, rather, he's sort of talking through what he's watching, what he's playing, what he's reading, all that sort of stuff. And I've really also enjoyed Clint's vlogs or video blogs or whatever you call them, where he's talking through, basically, I guess just talking through his month, basically, and what he's sort of been up to and that. So, yeah, I thought I would go through and talk through, and I guess almost diarise, like a diary entry, I suppose, for the month, a bit of a roundup, as well as my pickups. And that sort of thing, and if it works, then I'll probably do a few more. It's just, I suppose, more than anything, it's quite nice to share with you guys, because some of the memories I create, you know, when I meet up with some of you lot, it's quite nice to remember them and that, you know. Equally though, I might get to a point when I'm, I don't know, God knows, in my 80s and old and wrinkly, where I want to watch these back, and they'll they'll remind me of what we've been up to. Anyway, so yeah, with that said and done, I'll get started. So I've got quite a bit to get through, but it'll all sort of make sense. So what have we been watching? Well, as a family, we watched all three of the Hobbit movies. No joking, I am more than aware I am a short ass. But I do enjoy the Hobbit films, as do the kids. And then we watched Lord of the Rings as well. And then I think this weekend, my youngest is probably now at an age where she can probably watch older things anyway now. And that's the Lord of the Rings series on, I think it's on Amazon anyway, which me and the missus really enjoyed. So we're going to watch that again, but with her this time as well. So we've been watching those. And there's been a few other films and stuff. We watched one with Gerard Butler called Plane, which actually wasn't bad for what it was. It was an action movie. I think that was on Now TV, I think. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I sort of mentioned in the last few videos or whatever, I've been buying DVDs and watching them with my nipper, basically, because he's 16 this month, in fact. So he's at an age now where he can basically watch, anything now, like we were when we were that sort of age. So I bought a copy of Pulp Fiction. I got this in a charity shop for I don't know, 30p or something. So I watched that with him, and he was like, yeah, I'm not really, I don't know, I'm not sure, and he wasn't, and like within sort of 10 minutes, it was like, oh, this is brilliant, this is great, and he loved it. So yeah, just a really good movie for 30p. You couldn't rent it for that on one of these online streaming services or whatever. And I don't think Pulp Fiction is on any of them at the minute. It might be, I can't remember. And it's quite a nice one because it's got 2 separate discs. It's like a special edition. It's only a DVD, so I think, what's that? It's not even HD, is it? It's like 720p or something. But, for him watching it for the first time, it was absolutely great. And it's just a brilliant film, isn't it? So that was one of the main ones that we watched together. I bought this about a month ago. I think I showed it on the channel, but I hadn't actually watched. And we put on Critters. So I've got some nostalgia for watching the first couple of movies. I don't remember if I watched the third one or not as a kid, but when I watch it, when we get round to it, then I'll know. You know, I'll know if I've seen it or not. So, so yeah, just watched the first one with the missus, and again my lad. He didn't like it so much. He just said it was stupid and a bit, you know. And I suppose it was back in the day. It was quite funny. Anyway, I had quite a bit of nostalgia for it. I'll probably watch the second one on my own though. So, but yeah, just nice to have. This has got four movies in it. I'll show that if you want to have a look and have a pause of it or whatever. You see the reflection of everything there. But yeah, it's got the 4 films on it. We only watched the first one so far, but it's kind of exactly as I remember it, just a bit tongue-in-cheek, a bit daft. So I also bought The Departed for me and him to watch. I watched this, I don't know, like 10 years ago, maybe 12 years. When it came out, was it 2000 and... I can't remember, was it 2006, 2007 maybe? I can't remember. But yeah, I watched it when it came out, loved it. I think he will enjoy it, so I'll tell you my thoughts next month, I guess. But yeah, a decent film, The Departed. I think it's Martin Scorsese, isn't it? And I think this is a double disc as well, so it's probably got like the making of and stuff on there. So okay, so we're on what I've been playing now. So at the moment I'm playing Salt and Sacrifice, which is a digital download. It's actually my lad that bought it, and he bought it on my PSN account just to play on his, I think he plays it on his Vita, and obviously he's playing it on the PS5 now because it's on there. But then I started playing it, and I'm definitely more than halfway, and it's pretty good. Some of the boss fights are absolutely epic. Some are a bit easy in that, but yeah, you know, it's a pretty decent game. I started playing that after I completed this one, Stray. And this was the copy that we had got from I Am 8-Bit. They did basically a one with a sleeve. I don't know where we've put the sleeve actually. It'll be somewhere safe on a shelf somewhere. But yeah, gave this a go. I bought it for my missus, and there's nothing in there, but I do think it came with some stickers and stuff that were in the sleeve. Yeah, it was all right. I quite enjoyed it. It was something just a bit different for me, and I just kind of went for it. The puzzles, I'm not brilliant. I don't really enjoy really puzzly type games. I get really frustrated with them, to be honest. But this was the level of puzzles in this were fine. They were quite easy. So yeah, managed to finish that off. And I put that on because I put so much effort into this one, which of course is Blasphemous 2. If you've seen any of my videos, any of my stuff before, you'll be well aware of, you know, the Blasphemous franchise and my thoughts on it. I finished this, and I then went on to do the Platinum Trophy. Also last month I did the interview with Andrew Robinson, so do go and check that out if you haven't already. Andrew is a fellow Master System collector actually. That's how I got to meet him, and he just so happens to work at Team 17 as well, so he was core tester on this one. And it was just, yeah, it's a brilliant game. I can't decide if it's, a lot of people have said it's better than the first game. I've heard a few people say the first game's better than this. Honestly, I love them both, so both brilliant games. But yeah, love playing this, and I love that I got the platinum as well, because I don't have many platinums on games. But yeah, brilliant game. Oh yeah, I finished Cyberpunk as well. Eventually, it's taken me on and off a couple of years, just putting it in and playing it for maybe 3 or 4 hours a month. You know, not much, but yeah, I managed to just grind it out and finish it. I'm glad I finished it. You know, it is, with it being a first-person shooter, It's not really usually the sort of thing I would go for. But having bought it off the back of the success of The Witcher 3, I can see what what they called CD Projekt Red. I can see what they were trying to do with the game. With, you know, so you're absolutely spoilt for choice. It is the sort of game that you could play. Whoops. You could play over and over and over. Yeah, it came with all of these goodies and stuff as well. So, putting it into context, I got this on the launch of the PS5, even though it's the PS4 version, and I only paid about 25 quid for it. And yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of enjoyment playing this and going back to it, and now it's quite a long game, but yeah, now managed to finish it. It's got loads of different endings. I won't tell you just in case you want to go back and play it. I was quite happy with the ending that I got. I didn't do loads of the side quests, so I was quite pleased with just to sort of yeah, finish it up, and it's just a nice end to yeah, it's just a nice end to quite a nice looking game, to be honest. It got quite a lot of flack when it was released, of course, but since the latest patch, is it 2.0, I think the latest patch, and it runs brilliantly on the PS5, no complaints at all. So yeah, pretty good. Right, okay, so on to the pickups. So I did already show all of these Mark III games. I'm not going to go through them all again, but just so you guys, I picked up 13 Mark III games. So these are Japanese release Master System games. Not all of them are Japanese exclusives, but do you know what? I'll whiz through them super quick. So, got a basketball game, Cyber Hunter, Ken Sidon, Outrun. Like I say, I've done a separate video on this anyway, so go and watch that if you're Lord of the Sword, Action Fighter, Bomber Raid. That was kind of the real pick of the bunch. That was the last one to come out on the Mark III, so quite tricky to find. Rocky, Ease, Triformation, or Zillion 2 we called it here, Mahjong, and I looked the names up of these two and I've forgotten them again, but these two. And then Kev also, my buddy Kev, gave me this really cool Mark III. It's like a little keyring set, which I really like, so I'm just going to keep it like that. I've got a couple of other little keyring Master Systems, and I've got I think I've got a keyring Mega Drive. I think Kev gave me that as well, actually, about a year ago or so. So yeah, just really nice to have, just nice bits, really. What else? Right. So this is going to be all sorts of mixed stuff. My buddy Andy sold me one of these, which is basically a cartridge programmer, and he sent me some other bits with it as well. So there's like, I mean, you know, little, I don't even know what these are. They're not microchips, but they sort of are. And he said he'd give me a hand so I could understand a bit more about how to use it all and stuff. But that's the yeah, that's the chip readery programmery thing there. So just need to learn it all. Could be a slippery slope, we'll have to see. The other thing is going to be getting used to software to do all the art and stuff. I am not very artistic at all, so we'll see how we get on with that. I don't know. Watch this space. Also picked up a copy of Tetris. This is Tetris on the 3DS. We watched the Tetris movie. That was one of the other movies that we watched. And it's brilliant, by the way. Do go and check it out. Even if, do you know what? I even said to some of the guys at work, you know, even if you're not into gaming or anything, it's just a good film. But yeah, I bought this off the back of that because I've got a 3DS. And I had a quick go on it. My only slight disappointment was it doesn't have the classic Tetris music in it. I think it was developed by Ubisoft, so I don't know if maybe they didn't have the license for the music. I don't know. But it played pretty well. I had a few quick goes on it. I quite enjoyed it. So it's one of them that I'll probably pick up again on a Saturday morning when I've got some time and you know, have a good go with and that. So right. I think a lot of you guys are probably well aware, but I have all of the PAL games now in my Master System set. I am, however, missing some of the manuals, and a very kind chap called Barry from Ireland sent me a manual for Great Volleyball. So thanks very much for that, buddy. I very much appreciate it. He's always posting really cool stuff on Twitter when he goes to car, but he gets up quite early, I think, quite a lot of the time, and goes to car boot sales and stuff. So he's always finding amazing bargains. So if I remember, I'll try and put a link in the description. So if you want to check him out on Twitter, then you can. But yeah, thanks ever so much for the manual on that one, buddy. So I think I've got only 20 something manuals I'm missing now. So yeah, pretty good. Get in there. Okay, so do you know what? While we're doing while I've talked Master System, right. So my buddy Andy made me this. This is Lemmings 2, which was an unreleased title on the Master System. Clint already did a like a showcase on this one. I ordered this like 2 or 3 weeks before everybody else got theirs. I ordered it off Andy like day dot, and I think he sent it to me like definitely once, maybe twice, and it went missing. So yeah, I mean, you know, second or maybe perhaps even third time lucky, and it got here. I think he's had a bit of a nightmare chasing up the courier or the mail shipping company. Is it a courier you call it? Yeah, I think it's a courier, isn't it? So yeah, trying to chase them up for insurance and stuff. I really like the artwork that he does. You have to excuse me, I'm feeling I've got a bit of a cough and a cold. But yeah, it's got really cool sticker on there on the side that he does, and really nice artwork on the back. He puts in a lot of there's a lot of detail and a lot of time that he puts into these. And it's got a few bits inside as well. So there's your cartridge there, and there's the manual. There's a little thing signed there by him, which is like a certificate of authenticity almost, I suppose, just to explain what it is. He wants to be very clear with everybody. It's not an official, you know, he wants to be very clear it's a kart mod, you know. And then he's got a really nice poster that he's made. But what is quite cool, my buddy James, who has a quite a big following on Instagram, posted the reverse, and he got like loads of likes on Instagram. Do you call them likes on Instagram? I think you do, don't you? And yeah, these are all of, it's like kid in a sweet shop type stuff. These are all of the games that Andy has done. So, and it's a growing list. He's doing more and more each week, it seems. So so yeah, it's just really cool. Takes me back to the good old days where you'd get your Sega catalogues in your games, and you'd sort of, or if I certainly did anyway, you'd take them to school with you in the playground for something to talk about with your mates. So yeah, really pleased with that. And it looks like, I mean, you know, the presentation in these cases, the cases are brand new. The cartridges they're all brand new, and that really high quality cartridges. So yeah, just really nice. Just a lot of effort goes in, and you know, I'm really thrilled with it. I might pick up one or two more of the unreleased titles over the next as and when he does them. But yeah, very nice, buddy. Thanks ever so much for that. So we also went to Blackpool. My lad and Clint came with us as well. He stopped. He stopped over in his I nearly said caravan, camper van, I mean. And we had a bit of a laugh. We played Xenocrisis from the guys, is it Bitmap Bureau, I think they're called. And we were talking to the guy that had made the game, and me and Clint, they had a challenge on, like, clear the first level, and me and him did it. So they said, right, spin the wheel and you win a prize. So I won a poster, and I also got the CD soundtrack. I'm going to try and come a bit closer because it's really shiny with the light, and that doesn't really do any favours at all, with all the kids' toys reflecting in the background. You can kind of see it anyway. If you know what the game is, then, I mean, you probably already know what it looks like. And I think Clint won a t-shirt as well, so that was quite cool. And then my lad, he then did it, and he won Final Vendetta playing cards. I'll come a bit closer with these. So these are just a deck of cards with Final Vendetta, and yeah, he gave them to me. I don't think he knows what the game is, so I have to get him taught. And then I did spot a couple of games. So the first one was Winter Olympics. Is the Kicks variant, and I picked this up for £5, complete in box. I'm not going to take it out of the cellar. Oh, I'm pretty sure, actually I will do. I'm pretty sure it was complete in box. See, it was only a £5. The Kicks variant never came with the souvenir manual, so it does just have the manual. Just so you guys, just so you know, if you're thinking of picking this version up. But yeah, for a £5, I remember, again, it's my buddy Andy. I think he picked his up for a £5, like right in the middle of the pandemic, off a website. And I remember thinking, blimey, that's a good price. So yeah, quite pleased with that one, really. And then I also picked up this one, which is a Mega Drive game. I can't remember what it's called. I'm going to take it out so it's not quite as shiny. And the only reason I picked this up is because the artwork on it is just exceptional. It's exceptional artwork, exquisite. Look at that. Amazing. So yeah, I saw this on like the shelf underneath the one of the Winter Olympics one, and this was only like £7. And I was like, even though it's a Japanese game, and I think it's a Japanese exclusive, somebody helped me look it up on Google. So yeah, I think it's like a Japanese RPG type thing, but just look at the front cover. Amazing, absolutely amazing. It's probably my favourite cover on the Mega Drive I've found yet. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I'm not bothered if it's an RPG, then it's probably not for me. But yeah, for £7, I thought just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And then separately, so there's a guy on Sinclair for Sale group, and he puts stuff on there all the time, and he was getting rid of a load of stuff. And while we were at Blackpool, me and Clint had spotted Barbarian, and I didn't get it because the guy wanted, I think he wanted 15 or 20 quid for it. I was like, bugger that. But we got talking about, where's he gone? This guy. So that is Wolf from the Gladiators, and the model's actually quite a famous 80s model as well. Less said about that the better. Although quite a funny story. So me and Clint were talking about that, and then one of the guys about 5 minutes later from the Numbskull stand, I was still looking through the Specky games, and I think Clint had gone to the next stand, and then a guy, he picked out my hat and he went, oh, we designed that hat for the Sega shop. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Got talking to him for a bit, and then he said, oh, do you know who that is? And I said, oh, actually I do, we've just been talking about it. So when I got home and I saw on the Facebook group the guy was selling this, I said, oh, will you do just, I don't need the other 10 games in a bundle, would you do that for a £5? And he did do. In fact, it was a £5 posted, and it was about £3 to get it here. So what a nice bloke. Anyway, so I asked when it arrived. I was basically showing the missus this, and I said, "Oh, do you know who this is?" And she was like, "Oh, is it Conan the Barbarian?" And she was guessing with who it is and all that. And I said, "Oh, it's such and such." Anyway, as I was doing it, just after we'd finished, I was looking at it like this. So my lad, as we're reading it like this, my lad's on the sofa, and he's looking at that, and I hadn't even looked at the back at this point. And he went, "Oh, Dad, can I borrow that? Can I borrow this, please? I just need to go upstairs for 10 minutes." I was like, "You don't have a Spectrum?" And then I was like that. I was like, "You saucy little git." So yeah, we had a bit of a giggle and that. So yeah, I hadn't even realised what was on the back. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, Barbarian. I believe it's not the best game, but just for the artwork, I thought, you know what, for a £5, it'll look brilliant on the shelf. And yeah, that's the back again. Pause the video now if you feel you need to. So yeah, quite a nice one to add to the collection. Right. Now then, I also picked up from Super Rare Games A Source of Madness, which is a Metroidvania that I think it actually came out earlier it might have even been next year, I'm not sure. And this is actually, so it's got the number 1 on the thing there. I think this is their first PS5 game. Yeah, so it also came, I won't open it now because I'll do that separately, but it's also got these little cards that come with it. 14 days to resolve any queries, thank you for your purchase, that sort of stuff. A sticker, and it's got the character out of the game on it. And then it's also got these other little card thingies as well that say super rare on them. So yes, that's all right, isn't it? Now then, just this weekend gone, I put some stuff out on Twitter, and Andy, the shop owner, had already put some stuff out on this bargain bin thing he was doing up at Morecambe. So I raced up to Morecambe, basically to see what it was all about, pretty much. So what I'll do, I did pick some stuff up. What I posted on Twitter and Facebook was the Master System games, which I'd left for somebody else to nab. But I'll show you guys what I bought. I'm just going to grab all of this stuff over here. There we are. So, in fact, I'll go through everything I bought first. So I'd gone up there because in the week he had somebody trade in a load of games. So I wanted to go up for Chican. I'd heard it was a decent game, and I'd been looking at a copy for a few weeks, and he had it up there. I was like, right, I'll come up and get it. Excuse me. And yeah, I've had a quick go on it actually as well. So I was playing it on Sunday when I had about half an hour free. My word, it is quite a hard game. You start off, and although it is quite a more grown-up themed game, its layout reminded me of Castle of Illusion, the Mickey Mouse game, because you start off and you can go through 3 or 4 different doors to go through, pick your level sort of thing. I couldn't do any of them. So yeah, it's definitely going to need more practice, but the artwork's pretty cool, and I quite enjoyed playing it initially anyway. There's a little bit about the levels there on the back, but yeah, I might need a save state to be honest to get good at it before I can play it proper. But yeah, I'd gone up for that. That was the one I wanted to go for. Paid just 22 quid. I was quite pleased with that. And we also picked up, so my lad picked up Remnant from the Ashes. This was actually brand new, so he's opened it. I think he only paid about 19 quid for this as well, so not too bad at all. To be fair, Randy's prices are always spot on anyway. But yeah, he's been playing that on his Switch Lite over the last couple of days. I think it's quite a hard game from... I heard quite a lot of swearing coming from his room most of Sunday. But I think he's been enjoying it. So, also picked up a copy of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I've been after a copy of this for about 3 years. I'd kind of given up. Looking online, you can't get it new anywhere. This is still sealed. And it was only 29 quid. So I was super thrilled to get one. Just finding them on like Amazon or eBay or anything like that, they're silly, really silly prices. I think I've never played it, so I've no idea. I believe it's a good game. I remember it winning Game of the Year, gosh, 3 or 4 years ago, and I didn't really know what it was. With it being the Game of the Year edition, it probably's got bonus content on there, I'm thinking, so like DLC maybe. But yeah, really looking forward to playing this. It might jump the backlog queue, and I might go on to, as soon as I've finished Sultan Sanctuary, this might be going on. I'm really excited about it, to be fair. It's a Dark Souls-esque type, do they call them Soulsborne games, don't they? And I've played a few of them now. So yeah, really looking forward to this. And to get one brand new for so cheap, yeah, really thrilled. Like I said, I didn't think I would find a copy. So yeah, thrilled with that, absolutely thrilled. And then I also bought another copy of Slain. So if you've not played this, then get it played. It's a brilliant game. I'm going to sit back on the chair because I'm getting pins and needles. But yeah, this is a brilliant game, brilliant soundtrack. It's kind of how to describe it, a bit like a platformer, but you got a sword and you chop shit up, for want of a better phrase. I did have a copy on the Nintendo Switch that I bought along with Valfaris, which is the sequel. But I only owned it digitally on the PS4. So I've got a physical copy now, just so I have the physical copy. And I'd sold earlier in the year to fund another purchase. So I had to thin out some of the Nintendo Switch collection. So to get it for like 15 quid, yeah, dead chuffed. And it really is a brilliant game. I remember there's one level that you actually play as a wolf, or is it? I can't remember if the wolf is chasing you. I think you play as the wolf, and you've got to jump and get to the end of the level. It's just, I'm not doing a very good job of describing it, but just Google it and have a look on YouTube. It's such a brilliant game, and a really good soundtrack too. Okay, so with this draw thing that Andy was doing, he and on the tweet and the post that I put out on Facebook, basically they were Master System games, and he said to me, "Oh, you know, take a few." And I said, "Oh, no, you're all right. I've kind of got all my Master System games now." I'd seen that you'd put some Mega Drive bits up, and he went, "Oh, we'll be doing Mega Drive later." So I was a bit cheeky, and I popped back. So out of the bargain bin at Lee's Games in Morecambe, this is what I picked up. So we got Eternal Champions for £3, and it's complete in box. It's an ex-rental copy, maybe, I think, but you know, that's fine for me. It's got yeah, you can see a rental sticker on the back there and some silver stickers there, but yeah, that's fine for me, not a bother. So yeah, £3 for a Mega Drive game, unbelievable. Sorry if my voice going a little bit hoarse. We got Tailspin for £3, again on the Mega Drive. No manual for this one, so I'll need to source a manual from somewhere. But yeah, I mean, it's a game that I'm aware of. I watched Tailspin when I was probably, how old would I have been? Maybe 11 or 12, 13 maybe. Yeah, so I've definitely got nostalgia for the TV show. I knew it was on the Mega Drive, I just never played it, so I'll certainly be giving this a go. But yeah, £3 for a Mega Drive game. Just brilliant. So we've got Micro Machines 2. Again, £3 for Micro Machines 2. And I know that on the cartridge, there's these little input things where you can plug in another 2 controllers to play 4-player. So that's awesome. And we've got a manual there as well, which, yeah, it's just really cool to get manuals with stuff. Oh, there's someone's written out Christopher Slack. So Christopher Slack, if you're watching, I've got your copy of Micro Machines 2. So there you go. Yeah, £3, just brilliant. So we've got Pugsy, £3. I don't know much about this one. Looks like it might be a platformer maybe from the back. Not too sure. But that's the beauty of me exploring these Mega Drive games that I never had as a kid, you know. Complete in box. So quite pleased with that. Definitely look forward to giving that one a go as well. And we have Echo the Dolphin, £2. So complete in box with manual. It's fallen out. Let me pop it back in so it doesn't fall out while I'm... There we go, I'll hold it for you. So that's Echo. I do remember going around my buddy Stu's as a kid, and he had this one. I remember watching him play it, and yeah, I think it was okay. I remember watching him play Sonic the Hedgehog a lot more, that's for sure. But yeah, you know, this one looks... it's actually a picture of a pterodactyl on the back here. I don't remember there being pterodactyls in Echo. Maybe he just didn't get that far. And we've got a copy of Winter Olympics for £2, which I can't remember. I think I may have got a Winter Olympics, but a cardboard one off Rogie. Gosh, would have been earlier this year, I think, when he sent me some games. But this is the plastic version, and that... Oh right, okay. So that's actually got... We were talking about souvenir cards earlier, weren't we? So that's got the souvenir there with the manual. So that's quite cool. And then the game itself there. Right, so that's pretty awesome, isn't it? So there are actually multiple... I know there's multiple variants of this on the Master System. So they might be on the Mega Drive as well, I'm not sure. So yeah, so I got all of those Mega Drive games. What is there, like 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. For like £2 and £3 each. And then I got Chican as well. And then my lad also picked up Fallout 4 for £1 and Human Fall Flat for £1, just the disc. So I'll have to try and source a case for him at some point. I think he picked this up because he likes Fallout, and it had all the map and stuff in there. So I think for £1 he was quite happy. And he's a bit of a fan of the Xbox. So yeah. And then Andy said this was a gift. So this is Dragon Ninja. It's a Hit Squad game, and another one for the collection. So really nice. Just a complete gentleman. And yeah, gave me that one as well. And then on the way back, we popped into B&M Bargains in Morecambe as well, and picked up 2 Point Campus for the missus. So this will keep her busy over the next few weeks, no doubt. So yeah, I know she'd been really busy playing the Harry Potter game on the PS5, so I think she's finished that now. So yeah, that will keep her busy. And I think that's it. So I've been watching, playing, and just buying far too much. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Creating memories and building your collection. So guys, thank you ever so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. I know it's a slightly longer one, but if you've watched all of it, then thank you very much. Have Have an awesome rest of your week. Cheerio.